Namaskar and welcome to Golden Epaulets podcast by pilots for pilots. My name is Ronak. Today, again, our guest is someone truly, truly special. Not only he is inspiring in many senses, but his journey is from a journey of being nowhere to being somewhere. That being from catering in an airline service to now the left seat of a cockpit. We have a very dear friend and someone who's so full of life and inspirational, Captain Jayesh Keswani, with us. Hello, Captain Jayesh.
Hi Ronak, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Very well. Pleasure to be here.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure's ours. Pleasure's definitely ours. All right, Captain Jayesh, go on. Please tell us about your journey from nowhere to somewhere, catering to where you are currently. You also started working at 15 years old, right?
So yeah, you're right. I started working when I was 15 years old. I mean, how you do your research, I don't know.
Yes,
But
you just-
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the advantage that you get with working so young is that you get introduced to corporate life in reality pretty soon, how things will be. And things are not so hunky-dory like how they are at your own house. You get to learn a different aspect of people. You get to see a different side of people that you don't see in real life. So that
Absolutely.
helps you whether you're at home or whether in the cockpit of a left seat. I think those small experiences in life, I think it contributes to something big.
Enchanted,
You know?
totally enchanted by that story. I truly agree, and I don't think many teenagers or many 15 years old would be not pushed into work, but would be recommended work by their uncles and would have the chance, first of the opportunity you had, and would accept it and would learn something from it.
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
so true enchantment there. And
Totally.
following that, what happened?
Oh, so that kind of pushed me into corporate life, and I always wanted to do something parallelly, and aviation was something that was always in me. Like, okay, I want to do something aviation
Do you have any
related.
family in aviation?
Zero. I'm zero. Nobody. Like nobody in my 7 generations of my family has been in aviation at all. So whenever I was in college as well, I wanted to do something of aviation so that I don't lose the aspect of it. I don't lose the spark of it. In fact, I'll show you a picture of me. I'm going to send you. I was 6 years old and I had a birthday cake which said Jayesh Airways because my parents were like, hey, you know what? You love aviation so much. You keep pointing out to the airplanes near your house. It keeps landing in Mumbai. And you keep pointing out, and also we make a birthday cake which says Jayesh Airlines. And I actually cut it, and I was so sad that I broke the tail of the airplane.
It's
just
adorable.
because. Yeah, and I think, you know what, from that thing, it was something new and special with aviation.
Right.
So I said, okay, you know what, like, unlike most teachers, let me just go and do something in aviation. So I
Right.
said, okay. I saw an ad agency. I saw agency's picture in the newspaper which said, okay, catering staff required.
Right.
I said, okay, what's
Catering.
catering staff? And I said, okay.
I mean, I understand something to do with aviation, but you're talking of catering.
So, like many teenagers, 18, 19 years old, you don't have much knowledge of what you're doing, correct? It's okay to not know what you do, to you guys as well.
At that age,
Yeah.
no, it's fine. It's fine to be lost. But yeah, okay. So you
Well,
saw
lost
that.
in a
ad.
good way.
Yeah, it's-
Have you
it's
seen
lost
that?
in a good way,
So
yeah.
I saw this picture of an agency who was taking things into, was wanting flight catering officers. I said, okay, I'll just write flight, airport, aviation. I was like, okay, I was
The
sold.
keywords.
The keywords, that's
Yeah.
what. And I applied for it, and the very next day they gave me a call. And I said, okay, let me just go after
Go
my
with the
college and
flow.
show. I went with the flow, and let me tell you, it was a very humbling experience because you're interviewing alongside people who have come from really humble backgrounds.
Well, as a matter of fact, I can relate to the humbling experience of working in a job where people are not from the same background as you are and not as privileged as you are. It does change you.
It makes you a better person, doesn't it?
It definitely
You start
does.
appreciating small things in life,
Yeah.
and suddenly you don't take privilege for granted.
Yep.
Privilege is something that should be earned, I feel, and not just handed over freely.
Right.
None of our parents are from high earning backgrounds, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, here I am.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful to see
This
you
is
where
also
you
a
are.
mark in my career, interviewing with Ronak.
Well, it is delightful that I get to do that. You've been a dear friend for eons, and also there are certain very many things actually which I do look up to in you, and it's been
I
a-
owe you a lot as well.
no, I mean you don't anyway. All right, so from there you were literally the catering boy.
Yeah, I was a guy. I passed the interview, and I was literally the guy who used to go from college, who used to go to college wearing formal clothes. And people used to ask me, what are you wearing formal clothes in the college for?
Bombay.
In Bombay, in the heat of Bombay. And people used to call me like, oh, you think uncle ja raha hai and all. And I used to not care about it because you know what? They don't know who I am. They don't know my story. I love what I do. So, you know, the people who have not contributed anything in life don't deserve to be heard as well. So I won't let their negativity affect me. So I said, okay, I don't care. I wear formals and I go.
And from there,
Perfect.
you went. You did college.
Oh, I did college. 7 to 1. 2 o'clock, I used to be in the airport loading food inside the airplanes. And I did that for a good 9 to 10 months until one day some nice cabin crew in Air India saw me. And she's like, as a son, she's like, बेटा आप क्या कर रहे हो आप ही ऐसे बंदे हो जो सूट और टाई पहन के आ रहा है और खाना डाल रहा है प्लेन में what's your story? So I said, ma'am, I come from a humble background and I'm here just to enjoy the airplanes. I'm blessed with, capacity to work and study at the same time. And I dream to be a pilot someday. And she's like, wow, that's inspiring. Let me tell you, my son is a pilot for a very major airline in India. Why don't you take his number and, he can
That's
help
so
you
kind.
out.
That's so
Who
kind.
does that, no?
That I mean, that's so kind. So it's like, let's say, the universe or God, etc., whatever you want to believe in, has placed people in your journey, in your path, who've come forward and helped you, and I think I've seen you do the same.
You all need somebody in life to take you forward.
Would you like to, if it's okay, would you like to mention few names of the crew and everything?
Yeah.
Of your mentor?
First mentor in life is Captain Naishad Kati, who again is one of my colleagues now.
Naishad Kati.
Naishad Kati. He is one of my inspirations. I think
And he helped you out of nowhere.
He helped me with nothing in return. He just wanted to see me happy, and he just like, go do what you're doing.
Wow.
And I think he really pushed me to.
Kindness never really goes out of fashion.
And I learned under his. I went to his flight school. Then I learned under his leader, his trainer. I stayed where he used to stay. I literally followed each and every footstep as he guided me. And I remember this conversation with Naishad. He said, I remember him telling me, I sent him a picture after my flight, of a nice rainbow, of a nice sky. He's like, enjoy these moments because these are the moments you will not get back. Absolutely. And I said, you're kidding. You're flying a 320 in a nice airline. Why you want to put that on me? He said, no, that's not flying. Flying is something that you do in your flying school.
Yeah.
You see
I agree.
You fly small airplanes, but you see a lot of things in your flying.
I totally
enjoy
agree.
that moment. And now, a decade later, I think I understand what he meant to say.
Yeah, I agree.
I have another inspiration actually who inspired me to show the best side of me in aviation. His name is Captain Shashank Puri.
Captain Shashank Puri.
Yeah, he's right now one of the top pilots in one of the top airlines in India. And he's a person who has had a humble beginning as well. So I think somewhere down the line, our humble backgrounds kind of, we saw the greatness in each other and that brought us more closer. And I think he's been there, for me in every step of my journey as well. And now I'm trying to be the same for the new kids who come with a dream in their eyes and I see the sparkle in them and I'm like, you know what, I was in your shoes so many years ago.
That's lovely.
Never lose that because it's very easy to put someone down but it's very difficult to bring someone up
That's
wonderful. When they're nobody.
That's wonderful, and kindness is contagious, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
it spreads.
Yeah, so I think everyone who has entered or is planning to enter aviation with no mentors whatsoever, well, trust the universe. Sometimes you do have individuals placed to help you. Captain Jayesh had it for him, I had it for me. And thoroughly believe in, thoroughly believe in a little bit of magic is what I'd say, and continue giving your 90%. I say it's 90% work, 10% leave it to magic.
Absolutely.
That was really interesting and inspiring to know, Captain Jayesh.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, to know more about how Captain Jayesh trained, what has been his favorite time in the cockpit, anything particular he has seen that has happened and would like to tell you guys, please keep watching for part 2 of the podcast with Captain Jayesh Keswani.